John Cato, 30-minute trading and FX Profit Lab. Just making this quick video. It's on Friday the 30th of June. That means we're roughly halfway through the year. It's currently 15:45 more or less GMT. Well, no, it's not GMT, British Summer Time. And I just thought I'd give you a shout about what's happening. I've got a number of indicators on here and lines and things like that, and DAX lines, and I've also put on a Bollinger Band as well for the sake of some interest. The Bollinger Band is based on a 20 period moving average, and I think it's 2 standard deviations, can't remember, something like that. And then we've got the DAX lines. These are my indicators. They're based on highs and lows, and they give you support and resistance lines that show you roughly the structure of the market and how it's behaving. And then below that we have the volume lines, and below that we have a bull bear butterfly, which when it's above this dotted line tells you, broadly speaking, you're bull, and you can see the fluctuations in it as well as it goes on. Currently we've been seeing this downtrend coming through here. We have the litmus test, which is when it's up at the top it says we're bull, and when we're down at the bottom it says we're bear, and when it's in the middle it's a little bit undecided about what's going on in the market, and that means the market's undecided, of course, because it's a reflection of that. And then we have the MTrader 3. When that is pointing down it says we're bear, when it's pointing up it says we're bull. Then the MTrader, which is when it's pointing down it says we're bear, when it's pointing up it says we're bull. And then we have the S-Trader, which is when it's pointing down it says we're bear, and when it's pointing up it says we're bull. Now these react differently, as you can see. The S-Trader, which is the red one, is much more volatile, moves around a lot more. The MTrader 3, which is less volatile, but gives you signals later than the S-Trader, but before the MTrader, the MTrader 3 here. So the MTrader 3 is much less volatile. So basically it's a bit like a traffic light system. This one gives you the first status of the red, gives you first status, the yellow gives you like the amber light, and the green gives you the go light. Of course life isn't exactly like that, but that is just the general broad outline idea. At the moment you can see that we're all bear, but we've been bear on MTrader 3 and MTrader for a little while, and I've been personally flat of the market since around this area here, which is middle of May. When I saw the prices move up like this, a number of things were going on. I was going on holiday somewhere around there. The price had been moving up quite strongly, so I went flat there. And then I've just left it flat. Now currently the market has been going sideways all the way through this period here, as you can see, and only in the last few days it's been dropping off quite fast. So we had a big push down here on the Tuesday, then we had a pullback on the Wednesday, a big pushback on the Thursday, and we're now on the Friday. These lines here, the support lines that I drew in as well, you can see that my target was where it is now, so I was expecting it to come down to here. This is the natural next bounce point. This should be a support. If it is a support, it will then retrace back up to this sort of level here. What I want to show you is how this level here may get supported, in which case it will come back up to 126,400 or so, or 126,600, something like that. That would be my expectation if it bounces off of there, and then we wait to see what happens after that, whether it carries on up or whether it reverts to the downtrend. It's clearly moving down at the moment. If it was to move down, my next level of support is where I put this dotted blue line in at 11954, so somewhere in that sort of region. That's the next level of support. After that, our next levels of support are further down, and we wouldn't expect necessarily for it to drop so fast. So that is the essence of how I see these trades coming out. At the moment I am doing nothing. It's a Friday, it's a weekend. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to leave any trades in over the weekend. and I'm just going to wait and see what happens. You can see this level we're at the moment is the same level that we broke back here. If you see here the March 30th, we went up March 30th, hit a high, pulled back, and then we came up here. So that's how it all transpired. This was the high from March. So even now we're very high, really. If you think about where we've come from the beginning of the year, we've come from down at this sort of level at the beginning of the year, 11.5, 11.6. So we'd already moved an extraordinary long way. If we come back to here, it would not be at all surprising. So wait and see what happens. I'm expecting it to come down here at some point. I'm not sure yet when. I was expecting it to come to here at some point. I was expecting it to come to here in the next week or two. It actually made it all in one day. So that shows you how much negative sentiment there is in the market. When people are selling off, they're selling off fast. We've got a lot of people hanging on to their stocks at the moment. So a huge number of people sold off at this level. A lot of people hanging on to their stocks at this moment. They're ready to capitulate. It might drop. If it drops again, it'll drop down to there. If people see this as a buying opportunity, they'll buy it and drive it back up. Not much more to say than that, really. So I'm going to stop there. I wish you happy trading.